What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing great. So the long-awaited return of the book of Daniel is here, and we are going to finish the Sefer, hopefully. And we got up to chapter 7, Perek Zion, but we're gonna do a little bit of a recap first, just so we can remind ourselves where we're at and what's going on. So to catch everyone up, the Babylonian reign is over. The year is 539 BCE, which I know that you all know means before the Common Era, about 2,559 years ago. Cyrus the Great of Persia, along with Darius of Mede, defeat the Babylonian forces at the Battle of Opis. And just to give you guys a reference, so Israel is over here, that's Israel, and Opis is roughly around there, which is common day Baghdad in Iraq. So Cyrus the Great, who is in charge of Darius of Mede and the Medians, defeat the Babylonian forces in 539 BC at this battle, and this is like kind of like the final stepping stone before they get into the heart of the Babylonian Empire and take over in the middle of the night and kill Belshazzar. After, if you guys remember, it was at the end of chapter 5, Belshazzar sees the writing on the wall, warning him that he's about to die, and that was because he used the kelim of the Beit HaMikdash for a party. And I know you all know where that sounds familiar from. Anyways, Cyrus leaves Darius in charge. Well, he goes to finish off his campaign, and Darius is in charge for about a year. Now, it's important to remember that according to historians, Darius isn't a real person. He's not a real guy. He's fictitious. Word of the day, fictitious. He's made up just for Sefer Daniel. Sefer Daniel made up this guy named Darius. He never existed. However, we can look at either side, either opinion, the historical opinion and the biblical opinion, and we can actually fit them together like we've been doing pretty much this whole year. Both history and the Sefer Daniel place Belshazzar at the end of Belshazzar's reign, the end of Belshazzar's kingship, about a year apart from the beginning of Cyrus's kingship. And during this year, historians can't place anyone. They don't have any figure or any monarch to place, and there just isn't one. They don't know who it is. It's like a blip in their knowledge. But in Sefer Daniel, this year, this gap is filled out by Darius, meaning that the history side and the biblical side don't inherently contradict each other. Yes, history says that Darius never existed, but there's no reason to believe that it's impossible because it fits in with that year gap still fits in with the Bible, and it works out perfectly. And then, as we know, in chapter 6 in Perek Vav, we had the famous story of what? We saw the lions at the beginning of this video. We had Daniel in the lion's den. Darius was tricked into throwing Daniel into the lion den, but through his absolute faith in God, which is what we talked about it a bunch of times, an overarching theme of the entire Sefer Daniel, and also a little bit of help from Darius. Daniel comes out unscathed. And now we're caught up to Perek Zion, to where we're at today. Now, up until now, we've seen Daniel interpret other people's dreams, right? Other people have visions and dreams, and Daniel helps interpret them. But now, in Perek Zion, we see the first of Daniel's own vision. This vision is his own, not anyone else's, and it's the first of 4 that we're gonna ultimately learn about. So since we spent a bit of time on the recap, we're only gonna really go over the first part of the dream today. There's 2 parts of it. We're only gonna go through the first part, and then I want you guys to think on your own about the meaning of the dream before the next class, and I'll give the answers next time. One more important thing to note about Perek Zion, though, is that we're going back in time. Instead of continuing now with Cyrus in 539 BC, 538 BCE. We are now going back in time to 556 BCE, which is the first year of King Belshazzar's reign. So we're going way back. But you all know this. You all know why this is possible, because we talked about it a bunch of times so far in class. It's that the Bible isn't a history book. Its main goal isn't to give us a chronological story. It's teaching us laws and values, and it shows us stories that are deemed important by God for us to know. Not every little detail of our entire history is in the Bible. And it does not limit itself to the constraints of a linear timeline like the ones that we drew up in class. So now, the vision that Daniel has. So we're gonna do a simple summarized version of the vision, like I said, and we're gonna go into more details next week or whenever the next class is. We have 4 huge animals that Daniel sees. He sees first a lion with the wings of a vulture. It looks like it's a lion, but has vulture wings. Here, it is over here. The second animal was a bear-like animal. It had 3 ribs in its mouth between its teeth. The third animal was a leopard, which had on its back 4 wings of a flying creature. And the animal had 4 heads and was given rule. That's what it says in the pasuk. It was given rule. And the 4th animal was a huge, terrifying beast. This guy over here looks scary, eh? And this huge beast had iron teeth, and he came and he trampled and crushed and killed the other animals. So, at first glance, this doesn't make much sense, and that's why we're going to be learning about it next class. We're going to go into more details. But for now, I want you guys to think about what it could mean, and I want you guys to text me what you think. And I'll give you guys a hint. It's very similar to something that we've learned already about, I don't want to give away the answer, about the statue and the dream of King Nebuchadnezzar in Perek Bet in chapter 2. So I want you guys to think about that dream, that vision that Daniel had about those 4 animals, and the last animal being bigger and scarier and killing all the other ones. And I want you to think how it relates to the dream that Nebuchadnezzar had in Perek Bet, and I want you guys to text me what you think. What you think. You guys can have an answer for the whole dream, what you think the entire dream means, or you can just text me about what you think one of the animals means, or all the animals, or anything you want, guys. I just want to hear from you guys. And yeah, hopefully soon we will have the next chapter up. Peace out, guys.